You are listening to the Arts Music Journal, and we are here with Vanessa Graber, who is I just had it on the tip of my tongue, the station manager for 106.5 WPPM Philadelphia, in the heart of the city. We're literally in the heart of the city, downtown Philadelphia, and we're having a good time discussing her role with Philly Cam and the access that WPPM offers the community voices. I've been with them for each of the 3 years that they've been involved, and so when we put together the Arts and Music Journal, we wanted to make sure that we included Philly Cam as well. Earlier you talked about the fact that other places that you've gone to did not have women or people of color or Latino people in leadership positions. One of the things that I have loved being here, even when I was training for television, is that there are so many women in leadership positions here. And to me, the energy is genuine and extremely positive. Now, do you want to speak to that at all?
Yeah, I think often it takes women to elevate other women into these positions. So I'm thankful for people like Gretchen and Debbie and Laura, my colleagues, who, have lifted me up as well. So I make it a point to take on interns who are women of color for the most part, because I feel the need to pay it forward. One of my mentors was Lorraine Ballard Morrow, who is Asian and Black, and she was very inspiring, and she found a way to kind of like work around these corporate systems and still do that community work, and that was very impactful on me. And so having a community organization that is reflective of the community is important. We have a very diverse staff and board, and we're trying to train the next generation, of media makers. So we have interns and co-op students and the youth media program, and it's important for them to see that they can be in these positions and see what's possible, because in other spaces it might seem unattainable. And so, it has given me the ability to continue growing and developing. We're always a work in progress, so I by no means know everything, but I'm given the opportunity to learn from other women that have achieved a lot. And like I said, I just hope to pay it forward and instill the knowledge that I've learned onto other young women.
Okay, well, you've all been very great as far as my learning experience, and I'm a young man or middle-aged man, whatever. I'm a man, and all of the ladies that you mentioned, Gretchen, Laura, phenomenal, and you as well. And one of the other things I'll mention and shout out before we move on is, as a matter of fact, I'm going to shout out two people. Shout out Lorraine Ballard Morrow. I was a young man when I used to listen to her, I think on Power 99 back in the day. She would do news, I think, news takes. And then the other person is someone who actually we can still see. I still see here several times when I come. Miss Trudy Haynes is a part of the Philly Cam family, and I almost got down on my knees when I first saw her. It like standing next to the green room. I was like, oh my God, Trudy Haynes. But I'm sure you can understand that as a young African American man who watched Miss Haynes, Lisa Thomas Laurie, the departed Edie Huggins and Sheila Allen Stevens, these women were so key to to who I became and wanted to become. So, if you have time, can you tell us about what we can look forward to in the next year, 3 years, and so forth, Philly Camp? You can also give us some information on how people can donate.
So, yeah, we're always thinking about the future. In fact, one of our episodes of our new show, The Breakdown, is going to be all about future fixation and, planning for the future. One of the things that I'm trying to develop again is people's use of online technologies and social media to expand their audience. So hopefully we can develop more podcasting and more of an online presence for WPPM, train more people and how to do a video and social media, because again, younger generations access media differently. We also know from Nielsen research that African American and Latino listeners have significantly expanded their use of streaming audio, which means that we need to promote more our internet stream and our channel on apps like TuneIn and do more of that as well. So we have a wonderful co-op student, Jean Jeanette. I'm going to shout her out. She has really stepped up our social media, getting on the Instagram and really getting us out there. We're getting a Philly Cam van, so we're going to be out in the community more. We're coming up on Philly Cam's 10-year anniversary, so there's going to be a whole year of activities to try to reconnect with people that were involved with us early on. But also, I think the biggest theme is like how to take what we do on the road and infiltrate community. We're tapped all the time in the city to speak on community engagement because we've been able to attract so many people and collaborate with so many organizations. So we just hope to continue to capitalize on that work, but being more visible. I think in order to survive in this field, you have to figure out the financing, right? So doing more fee-for-service, diversifying our income, more grassroots fundraising, underwriting, sponsorships, making sure that we are financially viable so that we can continue doing what we do. I think finally, it's just trying to continue to innovate and be a leader in this field, which I think that Philly Cam as a whole, if you're looking at the national field of community radio, is really on the cutting edge. And I know that might be kind of like corny in comparison to mainstream media, but if you compare us to our peers, we're really just ahead of the curve. So this is Philly Tech Week. We've been doing a lot of events in collaboration with tech orgs. Tomorrow we're doing a whole event around augmented reality and virtual reality and 360 video. So it's just another example of like how we're trying to innovate, and learn new technologies. So those are some of the things that you can come to expect. We have been working in the last year on developing more Spanish language programming. So now we have 6 programs for the Latino community, and hopefully we're going to continue to build on that. And I think the next couple of years is really just building listenership, building our brand, and letting people know that we are the voice of the community and that we are a resource for people's needs, for information and communication. And finally, I'll say that, the advocacy work has to really be ramped up. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but the current FCC is attacking community media by trying to defund public access, by passing rules to eliminate localism, and also to allow commercial AM stations to infringe upon the transmission of low power stations. Those things are all deeply concerning, and so we really all need to be paying attention to also things like net neutrality to make sure we have access to the internet. And so again, it's about securing our future, making sure that we're able to do this work, and a big part of that is fighting for our rights and making sure that we can continue to broadcast and do the work that we do. The ways that you can support our work is you can visit our website, phillycam.org. You can become a supporting member, or you can just simply make a donation. You can also volunteer your time. You can send us pizza. There's a lot of ways to participate, but if you can't do any of that, just watch and listen to our programs. We have the best content, I think, in Philadelphia. And definitely listen to The Light Fridays from 6 to 8 p.m.